I read a book years ago called The Inner Game of Tennis by Timothy Galloway. There were so many parallels in that book to singing, but there was one big one in particular. The idea that Mr. Galloway was talking about was he noticed when he was working with his clients on serving the tennis ball that when his clients shifted their thought process from the ball hitting the racket to the ball leaving the racket, that there was a significant improvement in their serve, like instantaneous. Was there something like that in singing that could immediately make us start singing better if we just change that thought process? Well, there's probably a bunch of them that I could share with you, but today I'm gonna share with you a big one that if you make this shift in your thinking, it can immediately help you start singing better. Let's go. But before we jump into the exercises, I did just want to mention that if you haven't grabbed my free How to Sing Better blueprint yet, make sure you grab that link down below and sign up for that. It's awesome. It's 100% free. And it's like the gift that keeps on giving. You're going to end up getting several videos over the course of a few days that are just incredible. And also one of the best ways you can support me as a creator and also support yourself as a singer is to go through one of my online courses. If you're interested in one of those, I have links for you down below. All right, let's jump into this. Most of us, even if we're seasoned at this, when we start singing higher, we think up, 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 and up. And this can be a big problem. So instead of thinking up, or like the ball hitting the racket, let's change that process and think down as you start singing higher. Now there's two particular downward sensations that I want to share with you today. Number two is like a game changer, but number one is amazing. So let's jump into exercise number one. All right, so the first downward sensation as we sing higher is going to be more sensed in like the torso area. And my favorite way to guide people through this, and that I want to show you with this right now, is to use a business card, a buzzy card exercise, just as a way to kind of show your body this. Take the complication away from singing so you can focus on something specific first. Okay, so what you're gonna do, behind the card, you're gonna articulate like a la 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 la. It's gonna sound like Lulu, but I'm thinking ah on the inside of my head. Okay, and you're gonna hear this little buzz on the card the whole time. Here's the important part of this though. I want you, as you go up this arpeggio, get a sense of a slight pressure, feeling like it's going down into your abdomen. It's just what it seems like. You might even put a hand here and notice that the abdomen moves out slightly, not in, but outward slightly. It's different than just sticking it out, but it does expand a little bit. So on that top pitch, I feel like a little downward pulsation into my torso. This is a game changer. It seems to pull the pressure, perceptually at least, away from the vocal cords and pulls it back down into the body. Of course, this is not what's actually happening, but what's actually happening usually isn't useful to think about. So we have to give our speech motor control system, we have to give that something useful to think about. Like, is the ball actually hitting the racket when you're serving? Yes. But as the person serving the ball, Timothy Galloway at least found that it wasn't as useful to think about that as it was for them to think about the ball leaving the racket. So this is just on that idea, and this is a big one. So if you can even just put a hand here, I feel that stomach moving outward and pressure going down. So the whole scale like this. Game changer right there. Now, I want to move on to number two though, because that's like, this is kind of a prerequisite and it's really important. You could spend a lot of time just kind of monitoring this in your singing as well. But something that's going to be even more practical now, that's going to lend itself to like fuller singing, is there's a pressure that can be sensed, a downward pressure, it's really subtle, inside of your mouth. And this was actually shown to me by, again, the amazing Chadley Valentine, but I want to show it to you right now. So let's move on now to exercise number 2, and this is sensing a downward pressure on your bottom back molars as you're singing higher up in your range. This is a game changer. So if I just do something like, I don't know, like this. I'm not saying this sounds good nor bad, but if I go, there's buzz in my voice, but I don't feel pressure. I don't feel anything on my bottom back teeth. Now the teeth are very sensitive. A lot of times when we're singing, we don't think about them. Maybe you do. Who knows? But if you pay attention here, there is this feeling of downward pressure, like this. Now, there's a feeling of pressure on my bottom back teeth, but then the resonance, this kind of metallic ringing sound, seems like it's hovering in opposition to that pressure. This is very important because you don't want to pull the sound down, but there is a feeling of something going down. And this is what we're looking for. So now as you go up the scale, gestures matter, mental directions matter. If you all of a sudden go like this, in your mind, it's not going to work out as good. So keep going down, 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 down as the pitch goes up. Okay, so I mean that just goes all the way through. But more importantly, when you start bringing this into your songs, catch yourself. Because a lot of times we're going, and I'm reaching up already. Maybe it didn't sound horrible, but if I can reverse that and feel this little downward pressure on my molars, game changer. Fall on your knees, whoa, hear the angel voices, whoa, night, divine, all night. So you get the idea. Mentally thinking down as I'm singing up, and really especially when I'm in that range, the whole time. Hey, look, the time is gonna pass. 5 years from now, surely will arrive. Where are you gonna be? What you do today determines tomorrow's success. Let's take that a step further. Mr. Jim Rohn said, you must either modify your dreams or magnify your skills. Hey, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, make sure you hit subscribe to my channel so you're notified when I release more videos just like this one. Till next time.